Welcome back to the Blind Model Builder, or today I like to call myself the Blind Meat Smoker. Prep side of it. Well, as you can see, I'm being really brave. I am wearing a white shirt while prepping the brine. Nothing's going to spill on me. No, I bet it will. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with. We have 2 chickens. They're about, how much do these things weigh? These guys come in at, right here's about 14 pounds of chicken. So normally when I do this brine, I do it for a turkey. And I will have my brining bucket. I've got a couple buckets, 5-gallon buckets just like this. They are only for brining. That's all I ever use them for. So keep those handy. We're going to start with making our brine. Let me get you turned and you can see what I'm doing here. Just a minute. There we go. We got our pot. I started this a little bit ago and I obviously used the wrong size pot, so we're just gonna switch things up. We're gonna go in here. That right there is 8 cups of apple cider. Next, we're going to add 8 cups of water to it. Just regular old tap water. Dump that right on in. Next, we're going to add, I got a little bit much in here. And there we go. We're going to add half a cup of, where'd it go? Right here. Kosher salt. If you're using regular table salt, like this stuff right here. Well, something just crashed in the other room. Sorry. But anyway, if you're using regular table salt like that, you'd only want to use about a 1/4 cup. That stuff goes a lot farther than this. So here we got half a cup of kosher salt. Next, we're going to measure out half a cup of sugar. Where did my sugar go? There it is. My kitchen's not very large. This whole house is honestly not all that large, so yeah. So here we go. Just gonna dump in. I'm gonna need a little bit more sugar. Just a minute. Okay, we're back. We're getting the rest of our sugar here. Right now I've got about, let me get a closer look at this. I've got just over a 1/4 cup, so needing a bit more in here. And there we go. Yeah, what the heck. We'll just use the rest that's in there. My wife will have to go to the store and get more sugar. And this part here isn't really scientific, okay? This is all pretty, a pretty basic rub. I actually watched a channel called Meat Church, and I've watched a lot of what he does, and I've kind of taken his basic brine recipe and turned it into my own. And what I like to do is I like to mimic a lot of the flavors that I'll use in my barbecue sauce. So at this point here, we're going to add our other aromatics, I should say. We've got garlic powder. This particular container got attacked by heat, so new container coming, we will just use the rest of that. There we go. Then we've got some onion powder here. We'll go ahead and use about 2 tablespoons of this. Well, you know, none of this is scientific, and honestly, this isn't going to do a whole lot to flavor the meat in the long run. What it is going to do is keep the meat moist. The salt will go into the meat, the sugar will go in there, you know, and that right there will do fine, I guess. Next, we're going to add red pepper, or peppercorns. There's about a tablespoon of that in there. Then we'll add red pepper flake. There's about a teaspoon and a half of that. If you notice, a lot of this stuff is also, if you make your homemade chili, a lot of this is mimicking that. It's just going to be a lot saltier than your chili would be. Here we've got some cumin. Add that in. We got some cayenne pepper. There's about a tablespoon of that. I hope my wife doesn't hear this because she's going to get scared. Then we have some allspice. There's about a tablespoon of allspice in here. And 2 bay leaves. Next, we're going to add some paprika. Again, we'll do about 2 tablespoons of paprika. I prefer to use hot paprika, but I don't have any on hand, so I'm using smoked, which I guess is just as fine. I mean, we are going to be smoking the meat. Again, this is a chili and a what you'd use in chili and a barbecue sauce. So, yeah. Then we're going to take an orange and we are going to zest it. Let me get my zester out. Oh, there it is. We're going to go ahead and just zest the orange. And don't worry, we will be using the rest of this orange in the rub. Or not in the rub, but in this brine. Actually, yeah, we'll use it in the brine. But this will go in after the brine has boiled, cooled off. We'll probably use half the orange and half of an onion, since we don't have a large amount here. And there we go. Get all that goodness off of there. And set that in the sink. And next, this is the part that tends to make people nervous. I like to add hot sauce to mine. This particular hot sauce I have, I actually got it from my brother-in-law. Actually my daughter got me this one. Don't know where she got it from, but it's called the General's Hot Sauce. Danger Close. And I guess that's this one. This is Danger Close. I don't know what's in it. It is a potent hot sauce. And if this video goes well, I might actually show you guys down the line how I make my homemade barbecue sauce, which is actually a very simple recipe. Now this, you just add it until you don't think you need any more. I don't know, do we need more? No, we don't need more. No, we need a little more. There we go. There, I think that's just enough. And I'll set that over here to go back in the fridge. And now, get the old whisk out. Make sure it's on the heat. Go ahead, turn this thing on high. And yes, I did spill on myself. I knew I would. And you just start whisking this stuff. You want to bring it up to a simmer. You want to make sure all of the powdered elements are dissolved, which really doesn't take that long. And depending on how you're doing your brine, you want to make sure you have an area that's well aired out. There are some people I've seen that'll take and toast their aromatics before doing this. I've done that, and I've managed to make, what do you call that? Mace. Had to clear the house out where it wasn't able to come in it for a couple hours. I did not make many people in my house happy that day. So, that is how you make a brine. And when this is all done, you'll probably wind up adding another 8 cups of water to it, because you want to make sure that the brine covers the chickens completely. We will come back and do that in a few hours. And also, to be completely transparent, I'm doing this on Saturday about 10 o'clock in the morning. Once this comes to a simmer and is ready to go, it'll probably sit until 3 or 4. Then I'll let it brine I'll let my chickens brine overnight. I'll put them out in the garage fridge. I'll let them rock and roll out there overnight, and tomorrow afternoon actually is when we'll cook those. But later on today, we'll come back, we'll add our chickens to the brine, and we'll start prepping the ribs at that point. So we'll catch you later. Hello friends, welcome back to the Blind Model Builder. Or today I like to call myself the Blind Meat Smoker. Prep side of it. Well, as you can see, I'm being really brave. I'm wearing a white shirt while prepping the brine. Nothing's gonna spill on me. No, I bet it will. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with. We have 2 chickens. They're about, how much do these things weigh? These guys come in at, right here's about 14 pounds of chicken. So normally when I do this brine, I do it for a turkey. And I will have my brining bucket. I've got a couple buckets, 5-gallon buckets just like this. They are only for brining. That's all I ever use them for. So keep those handy. We're gonna start with making our brine. Let me get you turned and you can see what I'm doing here. Just a minute. There we go. We got our pot. I started this a little bit ago and I obviously used the wrong size pot, so we're just gonna switch things up. We're gonna go in here. That right there is 8 cups of apple cider. Next, we're going to add 8 cups of water to it. Just regular old tap water. Dump that right on in. Next, we're going to add, I got a little bit much in here. And there we go. We're going to add half a cup of, where'd it go? Right here. Coarse kosher salt. If you're using regular table salt, like this stuff right here. Oh, something just crashed in the other room.
Sorry.
But anyway, if you're using regular table salt like that, you'd only want to use about a 1/4 cup. That stuff goes a lot farther than this. So here we got 1/2 cup of kosher salt. Next, we're going to measure out 1/2 cup of sugar. Where did my sugar go? There it is. My kitchen's not very large. This whole house is honestly not all that large, so yeah. So here we go. Just gonna dump in. I'm gonna need a little bit more sugar. Just a minute. Well, we're back. I'm gonna show you, I've got my brining bucket set up right here. My brine is right here. I'll be adding the brine to the bucket here in just a minute. I also have my chickens right over here. I'll bring those over here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get the brine put in the bucket. One thing I'll tell you, don't taste the brine. That brine is potent. It's going to be salty. And yeah. Now what I'm going to do is that other 1/2 gallon of water that I had saved, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And I'm going to grab a pair of gloves. I keep these are the same gloves I use when I'm out in my paint area. We have a bunch in here. I also have some in my other workspace, i.e. bedroom, that I also use for when I'm doing my model stuff back there. But today we're doing smoking. We're smoking well, we're not going to actually be smoking the meat today. Today is just all prep for that. The only reason I'm putting gloves on is I don't really like to handle raw chicken that much, if I can at all help it. So I think my wife may have ordered a smaller set of gloves. These are really quite tight, but that's fine. I'm going to take and just use this water, get some of this spices and stuff like that kind of just got left. Just go like that, clean this up a little bit. Because that is the idea. We're adding a lot of flavor with this right here. Okay, now we'll set that aside. Let's get to the chickens. As you can see, you got the chickens right here. Can I get this zoomed in any closer? Probably not. Okay, we'll just have to deal. I'm going to be cooking these chickens up whole. We're actually going to be doing a type of a beer can chicken on the smoker. I'm hoping it works. I've never done it on my upright, but we'll give it a shot. And get them all cut out of here. Get both these packages opened. Yeah, when I show you guys my smoker, some of you might be disappointed in what I've got. But I do it more for ease than anything. Now, just gonna put the bag down here. Let's go ahead and get the innards out of the chicken. Right there. And all of that stuff that I don't use. tried feeding this stuff to my Dobie, and she doesn't much care for it. Now this chicken isn't too bad. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take them like so, put them in the bathtub. Do the same thing with this guy. And pull all of that stuff out. Alright. This one, a little bit more fat right in here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out of there. The thing with the fat on the smoker is you really don't want it to flare up too much. Alright, that should be fine. And again, take this guy just like that. Well, make sure there's nothing on this side. Nope. Put them right in the drink. The reason I like to do it over the sink here, because I can add water. And just like that, we're brining. So there we go. That is how you brine a chicken, at least how I do it. A great station, or a great channel for you guys to go and look at. Yeah, the guy knows a lot more than I do about this. I actually have learned a lot from him. I'll leave a link in the description below, but the channel is called Meat Church. He's got some great spice rubs. I know out here where I'm at, we can pick them up at a store called D&B. There's a barbecue store up the road a little bit. They handle them too. So it's a spice that you can get a hold of. Oh, I guess, who else is it? Shields. If you have a Shields, I know they carry it. So yeah. But anyway, we'll be back here in a little while. We're going to let this stuff hang out. Like I say, it'll be hanging out till tomorrow afternoon, till I'm ready to do the chicken. And I will show you what we're going to be using to cook the chicken on. Just a moment. We got this guy right here, just the regular beer can chicken holder. And then we got this guy. I personally like him. This is something I found on Amazon. Just add your liquid in here and just fill it up to, right below the holes here, and put it on your grill, put your chicken right over it, and just let it go. Like I said, we will show you these tomorrow and how exactly I use them. But with that, I'm gonna let you go for now. We'll catch you back, like I said, in a few hours. We're gonna start prepping ribs, and we will take it from there. The thing you can do when you're brining your birds is make sure you have a lot of ice on hand. Just add the ice. Oh, let me get the bucket back over here and review. Go ahead, add your ice right to your brine mixture. Just to keep it nice and cold. You add as much ice as you need. The brine, all the salt, all the spices are already doing their work. So just let her go. We will, oh, and I will also leave a recipe to my brine probably right after I'm done with this clip. Something I forgot to let you guys know about is after your brine has cooled off, you added your chicken. to the brine. In the recipe, you're going to see for an onion and an orange. This is how I've basically got the onion cooked up, or chopped up, I should say. Just very rough chop. The orange, just slices, and the slices should be sliced in half like that. This is all going into the brine. It's going to add that acid. It's going to add the flavor of the onion into it. So yeah, you want to remember to do this. I forgot, but I'm going to do it now. It's not going to hurt. I want to thank all my subscribers, and if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of what I'm doing here. I appreciate it. Gives me a great direction for the channel. Now on with the video. After giving this some thought, I have decided to end the video here. If I tried to do this whole thing in one video, this video could wind up being an hour plus. And I know, especially for myself, I have a hard time sitting down watching an hour-long YouTube video. So we're just gonna leave it here. Like I say, the recipe is going to be, for the brine at least, is going to be at the end of this video. So you guys tune in tomorrow. You'll see how I prepare the ribs, and I'll introduce you to Clarence then. And I'll give you the backstory on that name tomorrow. So you guys take care, have fun cooking this weekend, and we will catch you tomorrow for the next video.